Let's take a look at this example. We have another example of the complex number expressed in exponential form, and we're supposed to convert exponential form to polar form, trigonometric form, and rectangular form. 3.3 is the magnitude, so I have 3.3 and angle of negative pi radians. Okay, this is polar form with the angle expressed in radians. This is equivalent to the complex number, again expressed in polar form, with angle expressed in degrees. Negative pi is equivalent to negative 180 degrees. Sometimes the problem is asking for the answer with angle expressed in radians. Sometimes angle has to be expressed in degrees, so that's why I'm showing you how to do it. Next, we're supposed to find the trigonometric form. So we have magnitude 3.3 and we have cosine angle negative pi plus j sine angle negative pi close parenthesis. Please notice that we can express this answer in a little bit different way. We have 3.3, copy down the magnitude, and please notice that cosine is the even function, so that's why this is going to be equivalent to cosine of pi. And because sine is the odd function, so sine of negative angle will give negative j sine pi. Okay, this is another way to write this answer. Next, we can do the same thing with angle expressed in degrees. So I have 3.3 and I have cosine of negative 180 degrees plus j sine of negative 180 degrees, and this is equal 3.3, and the same story. Cosine of the negative angle will give me cosine of 180 degrees, and sine of negative angle will give me negative j sine 180 degrees. So I'm finished with trigonometric forms. Now let me go to the rectangular form. I have to find the real part first. X is equal r times cosine theta, where r is equal 3.3, this is my magnitude, cosine of angle negative 180 degrees. As I said, this is equivalent 3.3 cosine of 180 degrees. This is the same thing. Cosine of 180 degrees is equal negative 1. Okay, so cosine of 180 degrees is equal negative 1. That's why I'm going to have 3.3 times negative 1, which is equal negative 3.3. If comes to the imaginary part, so I have y is equal r times sine theta. So I have 3.3 sine, and I have negative 180 degrees. I can rewrite this as negative 3.3 sine of 180 degrees. But please notice that sine of 180 degrees is equal 0. Okay, so this expression is equal to 0. 0 times negative 3.3 will give me 0. Okay, so I have my rectangular form. My real part is equal negative 3.3. My imaginary part is simply 0. I can write just plus j, 0. 0 times j gives me 0. So answer is equal negative 3.3. I have the complex number expressed in polar form, trigonometric form, and rectangular form. We can say that the problem is solved.